If this doesn't make headlines, I don't know what will. Liberal Hive Mind just put out a video saying Hasan Piker is linked to terror attacks in Europe. Is anybody surprised? I sure hope not. This channel is great, by the way.
Welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. And of course, here's the meme of the day, brought to you by 5mind.com. Well, I don't know how many times I have to say it, but I'll keep saying it probably to my grave, or at least until things get better. The Western left has a major radicalism problem.
Yeah, you're going to be saying that for a while, and the figurehead of that is Hasan Piker. I mean, this guy's allowed to go live on stream and promote terrorism, and nobody gives a fuck. It's actually insane how he's never been banned. Yet I get banned for calling him gay. The amount of overprotection of this man is psychotic to me.
And honestly, I would even take it a step further. The Western left, which of course by extension, by proxy, the Democrat Party, has a massive terrorism problem. Jesus. And I'm the crazy, wacky, kooky person on the internet who's been sounding the alarm for years, mostly to...
Same, and they're only calling you crazy because they know you're right, and they just want to discredit you.
No avail, as it appears for the most part the mainstream media and popular culture really isn't interested. But once again, it's real and it's a monster that continues to reveal itself. And you know, for years the left has tried to pass this off, or rather dress it up as simple criticism. People are simply engaging in free speech and anti-war activism, or anti-fascist resistance. But at this point, I mean, to actually believe that, you have to be living under a Patrick Star rock. It's not just about dissent or opinion anymore. This is a growing cancer of anti-American hatred that is radicalizing people and turning them against their own country, turning them against the West, and most pressingly, inspiring real-world harm and terrorism. And now, once again, we're making a link, as it appears. An individual who was recently arrested for committing a literal terror attack, a firebombing on a drone facility in Czechia. Well, it appears this individual has now been exposed as a massive Hasan Piker fan.
Man, I can't believe that. Can you believe the guy that tells all of his audience to go kill people in the streets with knives, senators and capitalists and landlords with knives and swords? There was a guy who watched that and took his exact advice and committed acts of terrorism. Man, I can't believe it, bro.
The monster is showing its teeth.
Believe it.
And once again, the road leads directly to Hasan Piker, who pretends to be some harmless edgelord. Oh, he's just a regular guy with hot takes. But clearly that isn't the case. He is an agent of...
There's a difference between hot takes and promoting violence and promoting terrorism on your stream. There's a huge difference, obviously. And people are underplaying him because they want Twitch to be afraid of banning him, because Twitch is the home of extremist left-leaning propaganda, and everybody knows it. That's the reason why I stream on Rumble now, because I'm getting very tired of so many platforms pandering to extremist leftist propaganda, and it's disgusting. I like Rumble because at least I can be an American and know that my platform supports America. But it seems like so many people want to destroy this country. It's pathetic.
For radicalism, he is patient zero for a radicalism epidemic that is getting worse and worse by the day. And it's an epidemic that the left refuses to acknowledge, that the mainstream media chooses to ignore. No, instead, they keep trying to build up and promote the celebrity status of Hasan Piker, when realistically, I think at this point, Hasan Piker probably belongs more in Guantanamo Bay than he does on the cover of a frickin' magazine. Let me show you guys what happened, and of course, let's have a conversation of the larger phenomenon at hand here. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so it appears Hasan Piker's initial prediction is really coming to fruition here.
He did it because of Hasan, and obviously that doesn't really work for anybody, even if like someone who has done an act of terror literally will be like, I love Ben Shapiro and I did this because of Ben Shapiro. But
here we go. Washes his hands clean of all wrongdoing. Oh no, guys, just because I promote terrorism doesn't mean my audience is gonna go commit acts of terrorism. Jesus, somebody put a shock collar on this motherfucker.
It will, I could totally see it sticking for something like this upcoming year, you know what I mean? Where, you know, they'll be like, this guy was a Hasan Abi head, and then they'll just like push it nonstop. They'll spam it endlessly to a degree.
Yeah, why do you think they're gonna push it nonstop? Because it's the fucking truth, man. Obviously. And it's not some blatant lie that your community makes up with, like I'm some fucking criminal. It's like real shit that you've actually done. That's what's crazy, Hasan, is that this whole fucking mob consuming mentality that you push for your community to do, eventually it's going to turn in on you. and you will be the product of your own undoing. 1,000,000%.
Where to a degree where like I'll have to address it in like mainstream news, you know?
You know, he attempts to frame the narrative as if this kind of thing could happen to anyone. One day it'll happen with Ben Shapiro, and then of course it'll happen with me. But you know, I gotta tell you, I've been in this business for a while now. I highly doubt any terror attack will ever be linked to my channel or my online influence. It's not a phenomenon that affects all of us. And clearly he was attempting to get ahead of this thing because he knew exactly the type of rhetoric that he was peddling.
And also, once again, has this happened to unrelated people? Yes, absolutely. This happened forever ago. There was a trans shooter at an elementary school that wrote Brandon Herrera's name on one of the bullets they used to kill a child. I believe I'm getting the story correct. I could be wrong. And then you look into what they watch, and there's like multiple hate posts on Brandon, and all they are just left-leaning ideologists, and they have nothing to do with Brandon. So I understand Hasan's point. But the difference is, Hasan, is that these are actions that you are encouraging people to do, where Brandon Herrera has never encouraged his audience to do this. You cannot wipe your hand clean of your wrongdoing, of acts you are telling your audience to do.
As if it's just a regular occurrence and one day it'll be pinned on him. But we should all dismiss it because, of course, you could find...
Also, Yurioka in chat said, this is why I'm transphobic. No, you're not afraid of trans people, okay? You're just pro-reality, okay? And you're tired of people living in delusion.
That link with anyone, but that's obviously not the case. And now here we are, another violent terror attack linked to Hasan Piker. An individual by the name of Youssef Morsi was just arrested on terrorism charges.
I want you to read that first line. Another Hasan follower just got arrested on terrorism charges. And Twitch does nothing again. Hasan Piker linked to terrorist attack. Twitch refuses to do anything. This is fucking crazy. This is crazy.
After he allegedly firebombed a drone factory near Prague. The individual in question claimed that they were producing Israeli weapons. In reality, the facility was tied to drones for Ukraine. He's now facing 25 years to life. Notice how earlier I said another. Well, for those of you...
Why are we thinking, oh yeah, he'll get better in 20 years? Yeah, fucking right.
Guys who haven't been paying attention to this kind of stuff, two individuals, Austin Blair and Jarrett Mackey, were charged with 11 counts of making terrorist threats after calling an active shooter and bomb threats. Both of those individuals, as well as the Youssef Morsi individual, all have one thing in common. They're all following Hasan Piker on social media. In fact, one of the individuals involved in making terrorist threats is even pictured here spending time with Hasan Piker on his...
It is pathetic that Twitch is still platforming this user. It is crazy to me how a man who has caused so much damage to innocent civilians and America foundationally is still allowed to stream on this fucking platform. This is such a horrendously bad look, and I know it's not just a look. You cannot tell me that Hasan does not encourage terrorism when he's glazing Hezbollah and has brought on a literal terrorist to his stream.
And of course, you know, we could
and not only is his stream allowed on Twitch, it's promoted on Twitch. And that's why I encourage all of you guys watching this to follow me on Rumble.
Miss it all. Don't jump to conclusions. We can't make any connections. We could apply the Hasan Piker standard and assume that any culpability through the link here is just political weaponization. Oh, it's a right-wing conspiracy.
There
but
it
you know,
is.
to actually believe that, you'd have to be analyzing these cases in an information vacuum. You'd have to ignore this.
America deserved 9/11, dude.
You'd also have to ignore this.
You support terrorism, question mark? No, I don't. I don't support the state of Israel. And I don't support the state of the United States of America.
Oh, and let's not forget when he suggested that the Houthis were essentially doing what Monkey D. Luffy was doing in One Piece.
Dude, we think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do.
I mean, what the actual F?
Not a single ban for any of those comments. And now people are continuing to get injured or worse because of this man's actions. It's disgusting. He literally was telling people in stream to go bomb people. I saw that. He was literally giving instructions on how people should buy drones, equip bombs to them, and explode them that way. And he's still allowed on this platform.
You know, at some point, the rhetoric crosses a line. At some point, it goes from criticism to incitement of violence and incitement of terrorism. There's being critical of American foreign policy, and then there's being just overtly anti-American. And that's exactly who and what Hasan Piker is.
I love my country. I think America is the greatest country on earth. I fucking love being an American citizen.
He's a subversive anti-American force. And you could tell instantly by simply tuning into his live stream on Twitch. Look at the title of his latest stream. Quote, Trump is begging. By all accounts, it's war against the Iranian regime, the largest state sponsor of terror on earth. And this guy undeniably is rooting for the enemy. You know, I get not liking war, disagreeing with the premise, possibly, thinking it's bad foreign policy, but to actively root for the largest state sponsor.
Yeah, I get banned for calling Hasan a fag. This guy promotes terrorism. This shit's insane.
Of terrorism in the world, it's on a whole other level. And that is exactly what this guy is doing. He's not some anti-war ideologue as he pretends. No, not at all. Because very clearly he loves it when terror states are waging war against American targets.
Imagine
the Houthis,
that.
as he described it, are one...
Imagine rooting for a country that has the potential to come and kill us. That's psychotic.
Peace revolutionaries. He's fully willing to issue statements of support to China, Iran, Hamas. He seems to support the Houthis, Hezbollah. But when America gets involved, and usually the cause is righteous, suddenly it's evil American imperialism. And he takes it to a disgusting level of anti-Americanism. I mean, just look at this clip.
Iran put out a footage of a F-35 being hit. No shot. Oh my God, American empire is so fucking over. It's not even funny. There's no way this is real, right?
Like, I hate how this can live in America and shit on it non-fucking stop and actively play a role in its potential demise. It's pathetic. I cannot believe this guy is allowed to have a platform. It's insane to me.
Unbelievably bad if the F-35 is actually taken out by Iranian anti-air missiles. It shows
This is on the front page of Twitch, by the way.
two things. Number one, Iran still has denial capabilities and they're very successfully utilizing it. Number two, the American air superiority is busted and dusted.
That was Hasan being met with the fake Iranian claim that they had downed an F-35 jet. They actually missed the jet, and the pilot was forced to make an emergency landing. But look at this clown celebrating. He's celebrating potential harm inflicted on U.S. soldiers and U.S. assets.
Insane.
And honestly, at this moment, I might as well loop in the clip that we played yesterday from Philadelphia. This is the modern left Hassanabi tribe.
Until we have done everything in our power to bring the United States to its knees, let us not lose sight of the enemy. For every U.S. military base that crumbles, and for every U.S. soldier who returns home in a casket, we cheer.
Remove these people from our country. To say that you're going to celebrate the death of an American soldier is psychotic while you're on American soil. This is crazy.
It's no longer edgy and cool, you know, contrarian worldviews. It's anti-American subversion and alignment with terrorist organizations abroad. And this is what is rising on the left thanks to people like Hasan. We have a terrorism problem that is growing, that is festering. It's a malignant tumor and it's spreading across the body, and nobody seems to care. This is the most influential grassroots left-wing character on the internet. This is who young people on the left are looking up to. Not to mention the environment. Charlie Kirk was just murdered. ICE agents were just ambushed.
Not only was Charlie Kirk murdered, but now they're trying to defame and slander Erica Kirk at every opportunity they can to besmirch Charlie Kirk's legacy, and I think it's disgusting. I do. So much so that people have AI'd Drewski to get him to lie and say that Erica Kirk is suing him in order to say, oh, so you're suing me, but you forgave your husband's killer. And Erica Kirk has not said a single thing. And that is a fake video, and everybody is believing it because they just want to shit on Charlie Kirk, because they understand when Charlie Kirk died, millions of Americans were inspired to finally start speaking up about the issues, the very real issues that we have in this country, especially by the country betrayers that we have in the United States of America. It is disgusting.
Texas, actually twice, one actual sniper ambush and another attempted armed ambush, not to mention the plethora of attacks and threats, and we simply cannot continue forward pretending as if this is all part of normal political discourse. It is not. There's something going on here. There's a sinister agenda at play, and I just don't get why nobody seems to care. How many more terror attacks must we suffer? How many more Charlie Kirks is it going to take until people wake up?
Fucking insane. It just gets worse every day, bro. I can't believe this. I can believe this. That's the worst part. Jesus Christ.